Hey, what's going on, guys? Fate here. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm here to bring you guys my 88 goals week 2 game against Brother Kwang. So be sure to like the video if you like it and subscribe for more so you guys can see the matchup on your screen here in the top right. So Mr. Brother Kwang, and I literally don't remember the Terras because I don't have them on the dock, but he has Mr. Chien Pao. I think his Terra was Enamorous, by the way, now that I recall. But he has Mr. Chien Pao. And Chien Pao, let's just say it. Chien Pao is quite the monster, and my team really didn't have much for Chien Pao. So what I decided to do here was to really bring a just super offensive team to try to blow through my opponent's team, because on their side, I didn't feel like they had much for me either. So we have the Magnet Regieleki here with just the classic T-Bolt, Terra Blast, Volt, which Rapid Spin, Terra Ice. It's going to be pretty standard. We're going to looking at some sort of set like this most weeks, if we're honest, with the Regieleki. Then we got the Baxcalibur here, who's going to be the real star of the show today, with the Icicle Crash, Glaive Rush, Earthquake, Dragon Dance. So Baxcalibur here is really strong. I mean, he hits every mon on his team for super effective outside of Vaporeon, who I'm sure drops the Glaive Rush. So Baxcalibur is just insane here. It just made too much sense to bring the DD set, especially when we're in the mode where we cannot outlast this team. Let's just try to win the game. Then we have Azu here with the Choice Band, which I thought would just be able to click buttons and do damage, and yeah, that was pretty much the thought process behind the Azu. There's nothing really that wants to take Play Rough and Liquidation on his team, so as long as I'm clicking the right moves, we're going to be in a good spot. And then another star of the show here, to be honest with you, we have Mesprit with Reflect, Light Screen, U-Turn, T-Wave. So this is really just meant to put up the Reflect on the light screen, obviously. Put up the screens for the guys so we can set up, and then from there we can maybe T-Wave or U-Turn. T-Wave so I don't get set up on, and U-Turn to get other guys in. Then we have Sub Garchomp with EQ Stone Edge Declaw. I didn't feel like I needed the extra power of Swords Dance in this matchup, but having Sub so I don't have to predict, it will be really nice. And then I can also, if I keep the Sub up, I won't have to worry about Ice Shards, things like that. And then we have Caparaja here, which is just one guy here, kind of meant to be a just a slight sponge for Enamorous, to be honest with you, just because Enamorous does kind of really fuck me up. So that's just really the thought process with the Caparaja. But yeah, I think that's it for the team builder, so let's go ahead and get to the battle. Okay, and we are here in the battle. So immediately we see that he brings pretty much everything that I would have expected. Only mon that didn't come was the Arcanine, which I was a little surprised about. But that's probably the only other mon that I would have really expected to come. Maybe Vaporeon too, if he thought that could be a stopgap to some of my things. But let's just go ahead and get straight into it. So I knew that right away I just wanted to get my rocks up, because we're obviously playing the game in a way where we just want to play fast and try to win before he can kill me. So I just want to get my rocks up to make that job a little easier. And then I'm like, well, I don't really like, I'm expecting Rapid Spin, and I don't really have anything that wants to come in straight in on Donphan. So I'm like, all right, let's just get damage off on this Donphan, pretty much kill it here. And I'm gonna bring out my Garchomp, and I'm gonna try to sub on this at first, but in case Rapid Spin come out. But we do see Ice Spinner there, so we immediately can probably safely assume here that he's not Ice Shard, because having the just having Stealth Rock, EQ, Ice Spinner, Ice Shard, I feel like would be kind of weird, right? So we probably know that he's not Ice Shard, especially when you also have Chien Pao as well. So not looking like it's Ice Shard. So I'm just bring out the Garchomp, try to sub on it. It doesn't happen. Then we go ahead and kill it with EQ. But yeah, also, yeah, sorry about this being post-com, by the way. I just didn't have an opportunity to record while I played the game. So yeah, it's going to be post-com. Anyways, he brings out the Chien Pao. I know Azu can take 2 of anything once, so we bring out the Azu, and we immediately, I believe we kick quick liquidation here, do over half to the slow bro. We do take helmet there, but we're going to go ahead and get straight off a kill on the slow bro there. So we're in a pretty good spot. We're up 5-4 here. Obviously, he's going to come back and immediately even it up. I know I can bring out Regieleki now, though, and this should be a pretty free Volt switch. I do just T-Bolt, though, because I'm ass. You know how it is. And then we're just going to Volt Switch. Also, no boots. It's going to make it kind of weird with Lecky later because the Stealth Rock damage that I'm going to take. But I see this as an opportunity to get up my screens with Mesprit because I know Gudra is not going to be an immediate threat to Mesprit, especially after I take that Draco damage. So that's sort of what I'm planning on here now is I get the Mesprit in, and then hopefully I'm going to be able to use the screens to try to win the game pretty much. At least that is the ideal scenario here. Because like I said, Gudra's really not much of a threat. So now that this Mon is in, you know, since he stayed in, and we get to know that he's going to stay in because Volt Switch, I know I can bring out the Mesprit and get the screens up. So I go for Reflect first because I know Meowscarada and Chien Pao are going to be the threats to my faster Mons like Aleki and then Baxcalibur once I get the D-Dance up. So he does Dragon Tail me. I'm like, well, fuck that. I'm bringing Mesprit back out, and I'm clicking another screen. So that's immediately what I go do. And then I just put up the screen. And then here, I don't think it matters what I clicked because I'm dead, but I probably U-turned. And then I bring out my Aleki again. And I probably T-Bolt here again. As we slowly chip away at this Gudra, it's pretty much dead at this point, and then I'm going to Volt Switch. I probably bring out my Garchomp here. Which pretty much dies the Draco, pretty much. We barely live. Granted, living it is huge because we get damage on the Meowscarada now. So this is setting up to be pretty good here because we have Gudra really low. Meowscarada is also now really low, and Namorous has came in and taken rocks. So at this point, I'm like, okay, this is really good for both Aleki and Baxcalibur. Everything should be pretty much in range at this point for both of these Mons. So that's really good. Obviously, Meowscarada is going to go ahead and kill my Garchomp here. And I believe I was looking at it, and I was like, okay, it looks like Aleki's in Sucker Punch range, so I got to bring out my Baxcalibur. And at this point, I pretty much just have to set up with Baxcalibur. I'm down 4-2, but Baxcalibur has a lot of bulk on him. So you see there, I take 51 from the DD, or from the knockoff, and then I get a DD up. And then it comes down to whether I should attack now or later. I know that if the Enamorous' Scarf, because I think all I saw it would do was kill the Mesprit, so I don't know if Enamorous' Scarf or Respects, I think, at this point. So I obviously know that I have to DD twice if I want to win here, and then just pray that Chien Pao has no priority, pretty much, because I do live the sucker here, but like I said, I think I need 2 DDs to do anything here, most likely. So I go ahead and I go ahead and click a second DD. I know I live any move here after this DD. So he suckers, expecting me to attack him, and he probably just wants that extra damage. I live that sucker, but I guess that extra damage would be nice for him. So obviously I can respect that. But we just get the second DD up, and then he suckers there. You can see that we live that pretty freely. We go for EQ because we don't want to have the Glaive Rush secondary effect, I guess. And it's a guaranteed hit. So he brings out Chien Pao, and I'm like, okay, we're going to see if that was any priority. No priority, and so at this point, it looks like Baxcalibur should have the W here, as we can just EQ the Enamorous because we don't have to risk an Icicle Crash Miss now, because it did Terra lose its flying type, and then we can just EQ this as well, or Glaive Rush, whatever we want to click, and that will be the game. So Baxcalibur manages to pick us up a really big dub in week 2, and now we are 1-1. Hopefully we'll be able to turn this into some momentum and string together a few W's. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. Like it if you like it, and subscribe for more. I'll catch you guys in the next one.